I I thought about this today, and as a result, I'm sharing my thoughts with you, all of you. Anyway, I, in terms of a purse, I was like, well, the common phrase for a man's purse is a merce, to make it, more manly, because a man can't have a purse because the P in purse is for pussy, so it can't be a purse. It has to be something more manly than that, which is like, honestly, that's kind of commonplace chauvinism at its work, and just like commonplace racism is a real thing and people just don't notice it. But in this case, with the purse thing, it's like, why does it have to be made more manly and calling it a merce? Although, actually, you know what? And I'm doing this whole video, and as I'm doing the video, I'm like, wait a minute. No, the people who carry a purse call it, or the guys that carry a merce call it a merce because society would give guys a hard time when they would carry a purse. But TBT, TBH, it is what it is. But it kind of reminded me of swearing our our sex segment for the day, for the moment. And when people get upset when a gay guy, when heterosexual gay guys, that's not a thing, I just made it up. But when the tops, the manly masculine tops in the gay sex realm get upset with their bottoms. I didn't put tops in quotes. I don't have to put bottoms in quotes, but it just felt good to say bottoms anyway. But the bottoms, because anyway, it's like when they get upset, like, no, how dare you call it a bussy? It's not a bussy because it's a boy pussy. It's not a bussy because it's your butt, but it's like a pussy. Nah, that's just gross. Don't call it a bussy. And it's like, it's not a bussy. That's not what it actually is. It's an ass. I'm sticking my dick in your ass. And it's like, but a pussy isn't a pussy either. That's just a slang term that was adopted to refer to a woman's vagina. But it's not a cat. It's not a it's not a pussy cat. It's not a cat. It's a vagina. Just like a man's butthole is not a pussy cat, it's a butthole. So as far as calling it a bussy, call it whatever you effing want. Like it's okay. And as I'm saying that, I'm realizing where it stems from, where that also stems from. It's not so as far as the purse thing, society, like when they would see men with purses, they'd be like, look at you and your merce. But no, it wasn't the men with the purses that called it a merce. And as far as the bussy, I realized that it comes from the crop of men, of which I used to be a member of this crop of men, who are like, I'm gay. And I used to actually say this, I'm a gay man. And if I wanted to be with a woman, I could be with a woman. I don't need your feminine faking self. I like man and masculinity. And that's where it comes from. Because it's not a problem like with calling it something that it isn't. The problem is calling it something that sounds feminine. And I'm not attracted to femininity. Did this finish? Still in progress. Okay. All right, girl. But that's where it comes from. That's where the whole anti calling it a bussy comes from. Because you don't like the guy to step into his femininity. And I get it, like that's a preference, like anything else. And I'm not saying one is wrong or one is right, but that's the origin of that concern. Just like person merce, the origin is just anyway. I think I've said enough. That's me in the corner. I actually want to play that right now. And let me see. I'm going to gift y'all with a little taste of my very early childhood with this song. Hey Google, and I'll let you all hear it, what I'm saying. Hey Google, play REM, Losing My Religion. All right, Losing My Religion by REM, playing on YouTube Music. Yes. All right, chord progression. Okay, I can't just go live with music, but y'all know the song. I'm gonna give it into the chorus, and I'm gonna talk over it just a little bit, just so I can keep hearing it, and then I will. Too much. I think I've said enough. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. My religion. Okay, since I do these lives and talk about anything, I'll say this. I used to think this song was about actually losing changing your religious beliefs. But I actually read that it's not about that. And changing your religious beliefs, like in the early 90s when this came out. Hey, Google, when did REM release the song Losing My Religion?
The release date of Losing My Religion was March 12, 1991.
Right. Thank you. So, yes, as far as that, like that would have been a lot for the early 90s to have a song actually at like the title of the song is Losing My Religion, so it sounds like it could be about that, but it's my understanding it's not about losing one's faith per se. It's about something about fans or something. Anyway, 9 minutes, it's gonna be 10. Pow. I guess mama never thought what goes around comes back around. Pow. Ooh, I will give so many points to anybody who's able to tell me where that song or where that ending, from where that ending came. From whence it came, I don't know. But I'll give you 10 seconds. Okay, it came from Mariah Carey's song Clown. I'll give even more points. Well, not even more, but I'll also give points if you're able to guess the name of that album from that song. And I'll date myself a little. I date myself all the time, but I'll say that was my sophomore year in college when that album came out. That'll give you all an idea. It's so okay. I'll say that it was from her Charm Bracelet album because I'm already over time. It was from her Charm Bracelet album, and it's so interesting because I actually loved and loved that album. I also loved and love Glitter, but that's another story. But people kind of seem it's interesting how when you've not lived through it, your concept of past events can change or your understanding of them can be edited. And sometimes people are just like Mariah Carey came out in the early 90s, 1990 to be exact, and she was huge all through it. And then she kind of took a break. And then she came back with the Emancipation of Mimi, and she was back on top again. And it's like people miss what was in between. And that was one of the albums that was in between. So she had Glitter, and then she came out with Charm Bracelet. And Charm Bracelet is a great album. Ooh, man. I'm looking up in the sky, and on that album, Charm Bracelet, the lead single was Through the Rain. And I remember one day in college, I was walking across the yard, and yeah, walking was a little bit easier back then. Anyway, I was walking across the yard, and but thank God, hallelujah, it is. I still can do it, and I'll get it back to where it was. I'm working on that. I'm working on it, and like BB Winan says, get it done. Get it done. And speaking of which, I can get it done right now and go out and do my walk to the bus stop. I think I will. But I was walking through the yard on campus, and I was feeling down about something. And I guess part of the reason that I'm like, I don't really buy my downness in this recollection of mine, because it's like, that album was 2002. Now I listen to that album often, so perhaps I did listen to it after, or perhaps this on campus recollection did happen after my mom passed away. But I'm thinking this was before. And I'm like, golly, walking across the campus, for some reason, I was just so down and depressed about something. And I'm like, you still had your mom. And that, like I said, I was feeling down and depressed about something. And as I was walking through the yard, it was like a very overcast day. And I was like, oh, this is just such a day to just feel down and depressed. I'm down and depressed. And I was listening to my headphones because that's something I do. I'm one, like we talked about that on today's upload on hashtag Verse TV. I'm one of those guys that walk around with the headphones because I'll be in my own world. And I was listening to Through the Rain by Mariah Carey. And at the bridge of the song, she belts out, hey, I can make it through the rain. And at that very moment, there was a break in the clouds and a, a ray of sun just shined through right on me. And I was like, I can make it through the rain. I can make it through the rain. Hey, Google, play Through the Rain by Mariah Carey.
All right, Through the Rain by Mariah Carey. Here it is on YouTube Music.
Yeah, do y'all remember the video for this song? And you know, I don't want to say everybody has problems and just put it in like a simple bucket like that. But the video for this song was talking or covered and two young people in an interracial relationship and the struggle that they had with it and how people did not approve. And I'm like, ooh, I'm going to quote Madonna, beauty's where you find it. F everybody else, beauty's where you find it. As an adult, consenting adult, beauty's where you find it. Period. Okay? Yes, give it to me, Mariah. Oh gosh. Once again, I'm trying. I'm putting in the work. BB Winan says, "Get it done." I'm getting it done. And speaking of which, I need to hurry up and finish this video. All right. Talk to y'all later. Social media family. Peace. VerseTV.com. Wait. Stay blessed. All right. Okay.